everybody. Good morning, Crocker House Camp.
Good morning, Miss Caitlin.
We are going to start with a warm-up, so everybody reach for the sky. Stretch out, stretch those arms. Pretend there's a giant candy bar above your head. And relax your fingers, and your hands, and your wrists, and your arms, and your shoulders, and your chin, and bend at the waist. And take a deep breath. And slowly roll back up. One vertebrae at a time. Very good. And pat your hand, say wake up hand.
Wake up hand.
And pat your arm, wake up arm.
Wake up arm.
And your shoulder, wake up shoulder.
Wake up shoulder.
And wake up your other hand.
Wake up your hand.
And wake up your arm. Wake up arm. And wake up other shoulder. And wake up chest.
Wake up chest.
And wake up tummy.
Wake up tummy.
And wake up tushy.
Wake up tushy.
And wake up leg.
Wake up leg.
And wake up calf.
Wake up calf.
And wake up other leg.
Wake up other leg.
And wake up calf.
Wake up calf.
And wake up toes.
Wake up toes.
And shake it out. Very good. And pant like a dog. Ha 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 ha. He 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 he. Ha 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 ha. Very good. And stretch out really big. And sprint up really small. And really big. And really small. And really big. And really small. And really small. Ooh, I gotcha. Very good. All right. And we are going to sing Bob the Button Factory. Button finger ready. And hi. My name is Bob. And I work in a button factory. I have a wife and one kid. One day, my boss came up to me. He said, Bob, are you busy? I said, no. He said, push this button. Hi, my name is Bob. And I work in a button factory. I have a wife and two kids. One day, my boss came up to me. He said, Bob, are you busy? I said, no. He said, push this button. Hi, my name is Bob. And I work in a button factory. I have a wife and 3 kids. One day, my boss came up to me. He said, Bob, are you busy? I said, no. He said, push this button. Hi, my name is Bob. And I work in a button factory. I have a wife and 4 kids. One day, my boss came up to me. He said, Bob, are you busy? I said, no. He said, push this button. Hi, my name is Bob. And I work in a button factory. I have a wife and 5 kids. One day, my boss came up to me. He said, Bob, are you busy? I said, yes! Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Very good. All right, now, repeat after me. In April, I open my bill.
In April, I open my bill.
In May, I sing night and day.
In May, I sing night and day.
In June, I change my tune.
In June, I change my tune.
In July, how far I fly.
July, how far I fly.
In August, away.
In August, away.
I must cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. Together. In April, I open my bill. In May, I sing night and day. In June, I change my tune.
In July, how far I fly. In August, away. I must cuckoo, cuckoo.
You guys keep the cuckoos going.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
You too.
In April, I open my bill. In May, I sing night and day. In June, I change my tune. In July, how far I fly. In August, away. I must cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. In April, I open my bill. In May, I sing night and day. In June, I change my tune. In July, how far I fly. In August, away. I must cuckoo, 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 cuckoo.
Yay! That sounds so good, you guys. All right, and I
Caught a little baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I caught a little baby bumblebee. Ouch! It stung me! I'm smashing up my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm smashing up my baby bumblebee. Ew, that's sticky. I'm wiping off my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm wiping off my baby bumblebee. Ew, that's messy. I'm taking off my pants and put them in the washer. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm taking off my pants and put them in the washer. Ow! I'm naked!
Good. All right. Let's sing through Rose, Rose, and then we'll try to split it up into groups. That's our first note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rose, 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 rose. Will I ever see thee wed? I will marry at thy will, sire, at thy will. Hey ho, nobody home, no meat nor drink nor money have I none. Yet will I be merry. Hey ho, nobody home. Oh, poor bird, take thy flight high above the sorrow of this dark night. All right, now we're going to split it. Let's have you go to that side, and we're just going to do rose, 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 and then we will start. Okay? Ready? Rose, 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 will I ever see thee wed? I will marry at thy west. I will marry at thy will, sire, at thy will. Hey ho, nobody home, no meat nor drink nor money have I none. Yet will I be merry. Hey ho, nobody home. Take thy bird, take thy sight high above the sorrow of this dark night. Thanks, everybody. That was our first morning circle. Stay tuned for your first lesson.
Hey guys, welcome to a new craft. I'm Meg. I'm one of the people who runs crafts and costume, and today we are making these really cool bird kites that actually fly, because you can Pull them behind you with the string. It's going to be super fun. All right, so what you're going to need are a whole bunch of pieces of paper. I've cut some of my pieces already, but you're going to need at least one full piece of paper and then at least one that you can cut some pieces out of. And then you're also going to need a dowel and you're going to need scissors. And then you can use a pen or googly eyes to put the eyes on, and you can use tape, which is really easy, or you can use glue if you want to. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to move this off to the side. All right, so the first thing, it's super easy. All you're going to do is take your paper, hold it like this, and then you're going to fold it like this. So I think in school you guys call that hamburger, right? Because it's kind of wide like this, like a hamburger, versus a hot dog, which would be like this. So you don't want to fold it like this. Fold it in half. That's all you have to do. Super easy. You guys got that. I know you do. You're very smart. And then this is a little tricky, but I know you can do it. You're going to fold this, but you're not going to make a crease. You see how the wings on here, they're not creased? That's so the air can go through easier. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to hold it right here, right? And you're going to take the other side and you're going to fold and hold it. Ooh, or maybe not hold it. All right, so you're going to hold both sides, hold it down just like that. And then you're going to take your tape. Might be easier if you get the tape first. You can take your tape. Try and get the tape first. Take the tape, get a good sized piece, maybe put it on your table or something like that so that you can hold it. Or on your finger. Finger's a really good spot to hold tape. Fold this side. Fold this side until you've got your little, looks like this, right? You don't want it creased, you want it to be bent. You're gonna hold it. And then what I do, so I have these fingers pinching it, I'm gonna take my other hand, reach over, and hold it a little higher up because then I can put the tape here. So I take my piece of tape and I'm going to start right here and then go over to the other side and tape that down as well. And now you've got your wings. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? But it's going to stay open. And that's good because we're going to put a beak and some feathers on it to make it into a bird, okay? So you can leave it open. And then I used an orange piece of paper because that's a really good color, but you can use any color you want. And a really easy way to make the beak is to take the corner of your paper and just go like this. And now that's it. It's one cut. It's super easy. You've got it done. And you can take your little beak and you can take a piece of tape and you can put the beak in the front. So one piece of tape down here. And you can put it on the inside if you want, or you can put it on the outside like this. So I'm going to put it on the outside because that's a little bit easier. So I'm going to take it and put the tape here and wrap it around like that. And then because I put it on the outside, it's still going to fall open, so I'm going to take one more piece of tape. I'm just going to tape it together so that it doesn't fall open in the front. Little piece up top right there. And then fold it over like this. So it's a little messier if you do it on the outside, but that's easy. If you want, you can put it on the inside. You can tape it first, whatever you want. This one, I taped it first. I taped the piece of construction paper, that's the bird's body, and then I put the beak on the outside. So you can do it either way, it works really well. Next is the tail feathers. So I cut mine already, and I made them kind of pointy, and I did different colors. So there's a little bit of variety, but you can use one color like I did here. You can make them round, you can make them giant, you could color them, you could make them sparkly, you could add different things to them. It's really fun, I promise. So I used these ones like that. So first I'm going to tape these together because then they'll be easier to put in the bird. So I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to arrange them how I want. So I like them like this. And then I just put a piece of tape on the bottom. Super easy. Wrap it around however you need. It doesn't have to look pretty because it's going to be inside the bird, so it doesn't matter. And then you're just going to stick it in there like that. Super easy. And then you're going to take another piece of tape. A lot of taping here. This is where you can also use glue, makes it easy. I'm gonna use a different piece of tape because that piece of tape was not cooperating. Take this piece right here. Make sure your feathers are inside like that. Hold it closed, and then you can just tape right above them so that it stays closed. And then use another piece to make sure they stay on and they don't fall off. So use a little piece like this. Pick this up, and you can put a piece of tape right here, and the feathers won't fall off when it's flying around. All right, so you've got this, it's mostly done, so now's the fun part. Now you get to decorate, so you can draw on the feathers, you can draw an eye. I'm gonna draw an eye because on this one I use googly eyes, and on this one I'm gonna draw one. So I'm gonna draw a big eye. You'll see in a second, I promise. You can draw an eye like that, or you can do something else entirely. You could give it eyelashes. Maybe it's Tweety Bird, because mine's yellow. And then once you're done decorating, you've got all of that done, the last thing you're gonna do is you're gonna poke a hole for the string. And so this is a little bit hard because these are kind of pokey, but I believe in you, you can do it. And if you want, you can ask your parent for help. So I held it upside down like this, and I used the pointy end of the dowel. And I make sure your fingers are not where you're poking the hole. So if you're poking the hole here, you don't want your finger right there because you'll poke yourself. So you can hold it whatever way you want, and then just poke a hole through. And it'll take a second, and all of a sudden we'll go through. And then make sure, see how only the point is through? I don't know if you can see that, but you want to push it a little bit. Ooh, I ripped mine. Make sure to put it a little bit higher up so you don't rip it. You're going to push the dowel all the way through so that the hole's big enough for the string. So I would recommend putting it up here, maybe even drawing yourself a dot like this so that you can see where you want to put the hole. You want it up here so that the string or the hole doesn't make a hole in your paper like that. That's okay because this one is just for you guys to see. So I don't have to fly it around. But so the last thing you're gonna do is take a piece of string and you're gonna tie it on. And so this one, what I did is I took my string. You can also use yarn if you want it to be more colorful. And I took it and I just tied it through the hole. Do you see like that? And then I tied it twice. So if you guys remember, right, just a little simple knot, like tying your shoes, cross it over, behind and through. Most of you guys know that, but in case you don't, in case you need a refresher, just like tying your shoes. And then you have the string, you got your bird kite, and then what you do is you hold it like this, and you hold onto the string, and then you let this go, and if you run, the bird will fly. I promise, it'll be super, super fun. Have a great time making these, and I can't wait to see what you guys did.
Hi guys, I'm Miss Caitlin and welcome to the very first singing class. We will be talking about some basic beginner stuff about singing and music, and then we'll be learning a couple of songs, or at least the first part of some songs. The very first thing I want you to do is let's stand up if you can. If you can't stand, then sitting is fine, but I want you to make sure you're sitting up nice and straight. And if you're standing, you should be standing with your feet shoulder width apart, your shoulders back and relaxed. Our chin is parallel to the floor, not reaching up and not crunching down. So the tallest part of you is the crown of your head, and your back is very strong, but everything is relaxed, okay? And we're going to start by talking about what I consider kind of the three pillars of our foundation for singing. So the very first thing we're going to talk about is breathing. Breathing is very important because, I mean, we have to breathe, right? So it's also very important for singing. And take a really deep breath for me. And just let it out. Now, I want you to notice when you take a deep breath, does your chest and your shoulders come up like this? I think most of us, that tends to happen. But what you really want, you want to find your ribs. You're going to find your rib cage and find the bottommost ribs, the last ones you can find, and put your hands around your rib cage and see if you can get the rib cage to expand, because that's where our lungs are. Our lungs are not here in our chest and our shoulders. They're down here in our rib cage. So you want to feel them expand like a balloon in the front, in the side, and a little bit in the back. So take a deep breath and sigh. We're just kind of waking up our voice right now. And we also, you have some muscles down in your tummy, your abdominal muscles, and you're going to use those muscles to push the air out. Kind of like when somebody, if you ever have an older brother or sister, if they ever sit on your tummy and it pushes all the air out. Kind of a similar feeling. So we're actually going to pant like a dog, and we're going to use those tummy muscles to push that air out. So you're going to go, ha, 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 he, ho, 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 hoo, 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 hoo. And we're just connecting that muscles. We also, that's called diaphragmatic breathing, and using our diaphragm muscle to push that air from our lungs. And sometimes you'll hear teachers say, breathe from your stomach, but really it's not our stomach. We're using those tummy muscles to help support that air that's in our lungs. And so that panting, ha, 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 helps connect that power to the voice that's coming out. Now, we also, take another big breath, and we're going to do a siren. So it's a low, high, low. Kind of sounds like an ambulance or a police car is coming down the road. Again, just starting to wake up our voice a little bit. Now, so breathing, super important. And we're going to, the second thing I like to talk about is our mouth, because we use our mouth a lot when we're singing. If we didn't use our mouth and we just kept it closed, we'd just kind of be humming, wouldn't it? So we like to use our mouth as much as possible, and we talk a lot about vowels, A-E-I-O-U, right? And sometimes Y. And that is where we like to focus on the vowels in a song. Ah, and having it nice and big. I kind of like to think of it as a invisible ping pong ball inside my mouth. Ah, E, O, U. Even when I'm singing in ooh, I have lots of space on the inside, and just the lips are small to an ooh. Ooh. So sing an ah, and I want you to put your fingers right here and feel the space in between your molars, in between your back teeth. Ah. And then without closing those teeth too much and just moving your lips, change it to an ooh. It's kind of tricky, isn't it? We always want to be trying to move that jaw, but we actually want to keep it as open as possible. So that the vowels are very important. And also the mouth is important for articulation and diction, so we can understand all of the words in our song. So say, I love the ends of my words. And I'm very much using my lips and my tongue and my teeth to make sure all of those sounds are very clear and concise. Now, I want you to do a la 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 la. And notice I'm keeping my teeth apart, and the roof of my mouth is very tall, la, and only my tongue is moving. I like to hold my finger on my chin to make sure my chin isn't moving like this. La 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 la. We don't want to chew on our vowels like that. So la 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 la, and try a li, li 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 li, and lo, lo 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 lo, and lu, lu 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 lu. Still really tall on that lu. Very good. And let's do another la la la. We're going to do, start down here, we're going to do la 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 la. So try that with me. La 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 la, and li, 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 and lo, 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 and lu, 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 coming back down, and we're slowly getting higher and higher to start warming up our voice. Excuse me, my nose is so itchy. I feel like I need to sneeze. Oh my goodness. Okay, good. So we've got our breath and our mouth with our vowels and our diction. And the third thing I like to talk about at the very beginning is our placement or resonance. And that's where we're making the sound vibrate and happen. So if you think about the body of a guitar or like a ukulele, for example, this is the body of the ukulele and it's hollow on the inside. And when I pluck a string, this sound is vibrating on the inside of the hollow body and bouncing off of all of the walls and resonating inside the body of the ukulele. Now we can make sound resonate or happen or vibrate, however you want to think of it, in different places in our body too, and in our face and our head and all of that. This is our instrument, and we can make the sound happen all over the place. So the first way we want to make the sound happen is we're going to do some nice low chest voice. We call this chest voice. So put your hand on your chest and you're going to see if you can feel it vibrating there and say Tarzan in your lowest Tarzan voice. I can feel it vibrating. That's where the sound is happening. It's happening in my vocal cords, in my throat, but it is vibrating and resonating in my chest. So chest voice, Tarzan. Or we can put it up here and you say Minnie Mouse. I like to call this my Minnie Mouse voice. This is our head voice up here. And it's also called falsetto, and we use that part of our voice too. And just when we did our sigh at the very beginning, we went from a head voice ah, to our chest voice. So high notes, low notes. And if you're having trouble accessing that higher voice, try, you're going to go kind of make a silly sound. You're going to go, and you activate it, and then you relax it and let it release. You kind of hear Tarzan goes, It's very kind of a similar sound, and so you can access that head voice part. Now, so chest voice, head voice. We also can send it very far forward into our mask or have kind of a nasaling sound like a wicked witch. So if you want to plug your nose, or if you can do it without plugging your nose, that's good too. And I want you to give me your best wicked witch laugh. And feel that vibrating up here. That's a very nasally sound. Now we don't really want to sing while using that sound, unless we're in a play and we're playing a wicked witch or maybe some kind of troll or something, then we might use that voice. But it's good to know how to send it to different places. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to send it really far back into the back of our throat. So if you yawn, that opens up your throat. Ooh! And try to make that sound. Give a hooting sound. Ooh! We're kind of like a ghost. Ooh! So that's a very throaty resonance. So we can send it very far back. Ooh! Very far forward. We can send it up high, Minnie Mouse, or down low, Tarzan. Now, hopefully, where your singing voice naturally happens is somewhere right in the middle. Not too far forward, not too far back. And you're going to take another little sigh. And hopefully it lands right in the middle in a very neutral, natural spot. We're going to do a couple more warm-ups. And we're going to start with Mom Won't Let Me Eat My M&Ms. And you very much want to enunciate all of the letters and also focusing on having very tall vowels. Mom won't let me eat my M&Ms. We'll start right here. And we're going to get faster and faster and faster and increase our tempo or our speed. Mom won't let me eat my M&Ms. Mom won't let me eat my M&Ms. Mom won't let me eat my M&Ms. do another warm-up where we are jumping around, doing our arpeggio on the scale. So we go yaw. So it's low, middle, high, middle, low. Or 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. We'll say ya-o. So a very tall ah, and then it switches to a nice tall o. Ya. The sound going out and coming back in. Our low notes are feeling warm, and we got into some high notes, and that's starting to feel warm as well. And I'm going to teach you the very first part of a song called Dona No Bis Pa Chem. And today we're only going to learn the first line, and our next lesson we'll learn the second line, and in the third lesson we'll learn the third line, and then I'll show you what it sounds like when you put it all together. And I videotaped some of our counselors singing it all together as a round, and it sounds really cool. So you'll have to wait to see how that sounds all together. But the very first part, excuse me. The very first part, and it's only 3 words in the whole song. So say Dona, no bis, pa chem. And translated from Latin, that means grant us peace. Pacem is peace. And we just say those same 3 words a little bit differently through the whole thing. So the very first part starts right here. This is our first note. So it goes do, na, no, bis, pacem. So let's try that part together. Do, na, no, bis, pacem. And then it goes do, na, no, bis, pacem. So here's that second part again. Do, na, no, bis, pacem. So now I'll put them both together. Do, na, no, bis, pacem, pacem. Do, na, no, bis, pacem. Very good. Let's do that again together. Do, na, no, bis, pacem, pacem. Do, na, no, bis, pacem. So notice that last pacem, the pa has 4 notes that go with it. Pacem, and then we go to the chem. So let's try that. I'm going to just play the piano part, and you try to sing along. Very good. So the main thing we're going to focus on for that song is it's a good warm-up song because it has all those great big tall vowels in there. The do, na, no, bis. If I don't open my mouth nice and big, the sound gets stuck behind my lips and my teeth, and it wants to come out my nose maybe a little bit, and it just doesn't have room, like making a big echo in a big empty room, or if you've ever made an echo in your shower or in a big empty church, you want to make that big space. That's why the big space is so important. But if I don't open my mouth nice and big, it's not as nice of a sound, is it? Kind of gets stuck inside there. And it's not as easy to project and be nice and loud, so whoever we're singing for can hear us really well, right? And what else was I going to say about that? I lost my train of thought. I forget. Well, anyway, that's the very first part of that song. And so you have to wait for the second part. Now, moving on, we are going to learn the first part of a song called Somewhere Out There. And I thought this song would be really nice to do because we can't all be together for summer camp this year. And I just imagine all of us, once we learn this song, we can all go outside before bedtime and maybe look up at the sky and sing this at the same time every night and know that we're all singing it together even though we can't be together in person. So, let's see here. The very first part, I'll sing through it and then we'll repeat it. And in your kit, or you can get it off of the website, are the words to this song. And this is from American Tail, by the way, an old movie. And you can get the words to the song. But if you don't like to read or you're not ready to read yet, then you can just learn by listening to me and repeat after me. So, the very first part goes, somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight. So let's try that together. Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight. Very nice. Now here's the next part. Someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. So try that part with me. Someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. Very good. So let's put that part all together. Somewhere out there from the beginning. Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. Very good. Now the next part, similar music, just slightly different words. Somewhere out there, someone's saying a prayer that we'll find one another in that big somewhere out there. So let's try that part all together. Somewhere out there, someone's saying a prayer that we'll find one another in that big somewhere out there. Very good. Now, I'm going to put that all together from the very beginning. Let's do that 2 times through and really listen to those notes that I'm singing and playing and see if you can match them. All right. Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. Somewhere out to have very big, tall vowels. I'm going to try to take a big breath when I have time to take a breath. And once we get the hang of this song a little bit better, we'll talk about where it's important to remember to take a breath, because you never want to take a breath in the middle of a word. We don't want to go somewhere, right? We need to take a breath before we start and when we have a rest or a pause. So let's try that all together, practicing that big, tall vowels and open mouth and making sure we can understand all of our words, right? Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. Somewhere out there, someone's singing a prayer that we'll find one another in that big somewhere out there. Very good. Now you might, if you go watch the video or listen to someone else singing this song, from the movie where it's the two adorable little mice singing it, you might notice that they sing it up a little bit higher. I decided to do it a little bit lower to make it a little bit easier for us because they sing it up quite high. They go, somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight. They start to get up really high, which if you prefer to sing down low, I think the way we're doing it is a little bit easier for all of the voices. It's a little more right in the middle, so we're going to do it that way. I think that's it for today. You can, of course, rewind and listen to that as many times as you need just to learn that first part, and then for the second lesson, I'll teach you the second part of the song. Very good. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.
Hey guys, it's me, your dance teacher. Just wanted to come in, thought it might be fun to show you the basic ballet steps, so steps 1 through 5, just for fun. So I'm going to go over some ballet basics with you. So first thing in ballet, you always want to make sure that you're using your core muscles, which are your tongue muscles right here, and that's going to make sure that you keep your back straight. So you suck in really like that. Make sure to breathe though. But you want to use your core muscles, keep your back straight, shoulders back. And then the ballet hands, so you want to put your middle finger and your thumb together like that. And you always want to keep them not together, but very close. So those are going to be your ballet hands. So we're going to start with our first position feet. So we're going to put our heels together like that, so that they kind of make like a little triangle. Make sure you keep your back nice and straight, use those core muscles. You have your ballet hands, and we're going to move into a second position feet. So what you're going to do is you're going to point with your toe, and you're going to slide out and drop into a second position. So this is our second position feet. All right, now we're going to slide into a third position. So you're going to point that toe again, and you're going to bring it, and you're going to put your heel right in the middle of this foot right here. So it should be like a T. You're making a T with your feet, and then we're going to slide into a fourth position. So you're going to point again, bring it forward, right above your heel, not touching it, but just above. So foot's like this, should be like that. So we're going to go back to our standing position, and we're going to slide into a fifth position. So go ahead and point that foot, and now you're going to drag your heel to touch your big toe. So you should have legs crossed like that, and those are the 5 dance positions. Make sure you keep your back straight, use those core muscles. Go back to your first position. You guys can play that video as many times as you want and have fun.
I am so glad to see all of you guys. We have been having so much fun singing in the garden, and now we are going to have a story time. So I have some friends with me here who can help. Are you guys ready to do Hermie the Worm? Yeah! All right. So if you're going to do Hermie the Worm, you have to take your tongue and go a-la-da-da-da-da-da-da. Very good. You all brought some because I did not bring extras. I am so sorry. So you take your tongue and you take it over here and you poke it in your cheek and go Right, and then you bite down very gently, because this is how I get extra tongues, right? You bite and go, ow, my tongue! So very gently, just hold it there and say, hello. Hello. I'm Hermie the Worm.
I'm Hermie the Worm.
Now, worms talk like this. You might not know it. But one day, and you say,
One day,
I saw Hermie the Worm,
I saw Hermie the Worm.
and he was this big.
And he was this big.
I said, Hermie,
I said, Hermie,
how come you're so big?
how come you're so big?
Hermie says, I ate my brother.
I ate my brother.
You ate your brother!
You ate your brother.
I ate my brother.
I ate my brother.
The next day, I saw Hermie the Worm.
The next day I saw Hermie the Worm.
He was this big!
He was this big.
I said, Hermie,
I said, Hermie,
how come you're so big?
how come you're so big?
I ate my sister.
I ate my sister.
You ate your sister!
You ate your sister.
I ate my sister.
I ate my sister.
The next day, I saw Hermie the Worm.
The next day I saw Hermie the Worm.
He was this big!
He was this big.
I said, Hermie,
I said, Hermie,
how come you're so big?
how come you're so big?
I ate my mother.
I ate my mother.
You ate your mother!
You ate your mother.
I ate my mother.
I ate my mother.
The next day, I saw Hermie the Worm.
The next day I saw Hermie the Worm.
He was this big!
He was this big.
I said, Hermie,
Hermie,
how come you're so big?
how come you're so big?
I ate my father.
I ate my father.
You ate your father!
You ate your father.
I ate my father.
I ate my father.
The next day, I saw Hermie the Worm.
The next day I saw Hermie the Worm.
He was this small.
He was this small.
I said, Hermie,
I said, Hermie,
how come you're so small?
how come you're so small?
And Hermie said,
And Hermie said,
I burped.
I burped.
Okay, I want to have you guys do a creative task every day. And we have 10 days of camp, so we have 10 creative tasks. So the first one I want to ask you to do is think about where you can make a secret fort. Somewhere that you can pull a blanket across or a sheet across, or you can pile up pillows, or you can make your own place. It's not your bedroom, that's kind of your own place. This is like some place that is secret, that's all yours. And in it, you can put your favorite thing and you can make a name for it. You can call it the Land of Mermaids, or you could call it Second Star to the Right, or you could call it the Pirate's Cove. It could be anything that you want. And you can make this fort and you can think about what it might, what are the rules, who gets to be in it, who gets to be out of it. Is it only for some people? Is it only for you? Everyone else has to stay out? You know, Mr. Linda has a secret fort. I started building it a long time ago because I collect a lot of books. And so all these books started piling up. And we were supposed to be getting rid of them and taking them to the thrift store and recycling them. But instead, I started hiding them in my secret fort. And if you know me for a long time, you've probably been up in my secret attic where I have all those books that I love so much. I'm not suggesting that you pile up a whole bunch of books in your fort, but it is a place that can be all yours with the things that matter to you. And if you do that today and you think creatively about how you might build it, you think creatively about what you might name it, you use your creativity to maybe make a picture for the inside of it or a sign for the door. If you do that today, spend a couple of hours goofing off making a fort, I bet you'll figure out ways that you can be pretty creative. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.